Well, hello. So today we're going to be looking at area and then using units of measurements for area. We're still with the customary system. So remember with distance, which covers from one point to another, we had inches, feet, yards, and miles. Now when we look at area, we're still looking at distance. So we're going from one point to another, but now we're going to look at it compared to how much is covered going this way as well. So if we take that total distance and cover it towards another distance, that would be area. So how much is covered by this, okay? And if this is perfectly done by inch, or foot by foot, or yard by yard, or mile by mile, or any unit by any unit, we would be multiplying those units together. So think back when we did like 3 times 3. Another way of saying that was 3 squared. Um, so anytime we take something and multiply it times itself, it's said to be squared or raised to the second power. Well, no difference when we're looking at area because our units are going to be a unit times another unit. So our units are going to be squared or square units. So that's why when we're measuring area, we're looking for square units. So what does that all mean? Well, let's say we measure the square footage of carpet, for instance, in a room. So when we do that, let's say that we end up with 144 square feet. Okay? And for some reason, when we go to buy this, it's not, the carpet isn't in square footage, it's in square yards. Well, that's okay. We know how to convert from feet to yards. So we should be able to convert from square footage to square yards, right? Okay, let's do that. Well, if we remember from before, I use what, and I don't think I named it, it's called dimensional analysis. So if you want to look up more on that, it's called dimensional analysis. What that means is how to analyze different dimensions. So our different ways of converting our different units and different ways to look at them. So it's a study of that. So dimensional analysis, we're going to take our 144 square feet, but we want to convert that to square yards. Well, remember that square yards is just yards times yards, right? Anytime you have that exponent, that means multiply it times itself. And we're converting from square feet so that these will cancel out when we're multiplying and dividing across. Okay? Well, how many feet are in 1 yard? Well, we know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. And then so we just do what we normally do, right? Yes, we do exactly what we normally did. The one difference is this is not feet, this is feet squared. And because we know that 3 feet equals 1 yard, then if we square the number of feet, so 3 squared, it will equal the number of yardage squared. Well, that's confusing. No, because before we had feet in yard, now we have feet squared, so we must square our number. We had yard, so we must square our number. Now, of course, 1 squared is just 1, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's just so you get a general understanding of how to convert these. A table has been provided for you as well. So just so you get a better understanding where that table comes from, or so you don't have to remember that forever, whenever there is an exponent here, for our conversion factors, we put those same exponents on it. That simple. So because we're going from feet to yards, we're also going from square footage to square yards. Our conversion factor needs to be squared. And that's it. Okay, so from here we can solve like normal. We see that the square feet will cancel. They'll divide to 1. Then we'll be left with 144 times 1 squared, which will give us 144. Divided by 3 squared, which is 9. And our answer, of course, is still yards squared, or square yards. And 9 goes into 144 16 times. So we get 16 square yards. And that's how you would do these. Now, again, if you want to have conversion factors already made for yourself, you can do that. And there's a chart that's been given to you. But so you can see where it comes from. If we square each of these, if we square 12, we get 144. And this would be square inches, and that would equal 1 square foot. If we were to square this, we would get 9, 3 squared is 9 square feet, and that would equal 1 square yard, because 1 times 1 is still 1, yards times yards is square yards. And then if we were to square 100 or 1,760, I'm not going to do that for you, but you could do that same way, multiply it times itself, and see what you get, and that will be square yardage equaling 1 square mile. All right. So these are how you do these conversion factors, and yeah, that's actually it that I wanted to say. Of course, I added acres into the chart for you, but just to give you a general idea of how to once again do these, just in case you don't know these conversion factors for the square units off the top of your head, that's fine. You only have to remember the regular ones for distance, and just know that because this is a square unit, you need to square your conversion factors and then do your dimensional analysis as normal. All right, with that being said, I will see you soon.